What if the mind you're trying to control has never been inside you at all? What if the thing you call your mind has no edges, no center, and no place where it actually begins? And what if freedom doesn't come from calming the mind, but from realizing it was never confined in the first place? Pause. Let's begin somewhere simple. Not with philosophy, not with belief, but with what you are already experiencing. Right now, as you're listening, thoughts are appearing. Some are clear, some are vague, some may already be drifting away. You didn't plan most of them, you didn't invite them, and yet, here they are. So let me ask you something gently. If you didn't choose your thoughts, if you can't predict the next one, and if they vanish on their own, in what sense are they yours? This question is not new. In the Majjhima Nikāya, the Buddha pointed out that thoughts arise due to conditions, not due to a permanent self directing them. And yet, we live as if there is a thinker behind every thought, a controller behind every moment of awareness. Tonight, we're not trying to fix the mind. We're not trying to purify it. We're not trying to silence it. We're simply exploring something more radical, the unbounded nature of mind itself. If the mind is infinite, why do we feel trapped inside it? If awareness has no limits, why does suffering feel so personal? The illusion of inside and outside. We often speak as if the mind is located somewhere. In my head, in my brain, inside me. But notice something carefully. When a sound arises, is it inside you or outside you? When an image appears in imagination, where exactly does it appear? When sadness arises, does it have a shape, a boundary, a location? In the Lankāvatāra Sutra, it is said that mind does not dwell inside the body, nor outside it, nor in between. Mind is not an object occupying space. Space itself appears within mind. This is subtle, but deeply important, because the moment we assume the mind is inside, we also assume there is an outside we must protect ourselves from. This split, inside and outside, is the root of fear. What if anxiety isn't caused by thoughts, but by believing the mind is small? A simple example. Imagine you're watching clouds move across the sky. Some clouds are light and beautiful. Some are dark and heavy. Some bring rain. Do you feel personally attacked by a storm cloud? Usually not. You recognize it as part of the sky. Now imagine forgetting the sky entirely and believing you are the cloud. Suddenly, every change feels like a threat. In the Dhammapada, the Buddha says, mind precedes all phenomena. Mind is their chief. They are mind-made. But he does not say mind is a thing. He points to mind as the open field in which phenomena arise and pass. The problem is not the cloud. The problem is forgetting the sky. What if meditation isn't about clearing the clouds, but remembering you were never the cloud? Why control sales? Many of us come to meditation with a hidden agenda. I want to stop thinking. I want peace. I want my mind to behave. But notice the contradiction. Who is the one trying to control the mind? Is it another thought? In the Anattalakkhaṇa Sutta, the Buddha examined body, feeling, perception, formations, and consciousness, and asked again and again, is this mine? Is this me? Is this myself? When something is truly self, it should obey us. But thoughts don't obey. Emotions don't obey. Even attention doesn't obey. So instead of asking, how do I control the mind? A deeper question appears. Was there ever a controller to begin with? If there is no controller, mind as process, not possession. Modern neuroscience speaks of the brain. Buddhism speaks of conditions. Different languages, Same insight. What we call mind is a dynamic process, a stream of arising and ceasing. In the Paticca Samuppada, dependent origination, nothing exists on its own. Thought depends on memory. Memory depends on perception. Perception depends on contact. Contact depends on sense organs and objects. Where, in this chain, can you point and say, "This is the self"? You won't find it, not because it's hidden, but because it was never there. What if you're not broken, just tired of protecting an imaginary center? The fear of boundlessness. Here's something rarely talked about. The idea of an unbounded mind can feel terrifying if there is no center, no owner, no solid ground. Then, who am I? This fear is natural. In the Mahāyāna Sutta, the Buddha described encountering deep fear in meditation, not by resisting it, but by staying present until fear dissolved. Why? Because fear needs boundaries to exist. Fear says, something is happening to me, but when the sense of me softens, fear loses its reference point. What if fear is not an enemy, but a sign that the boundary is dissolving? A personal moment. Think of a time when you were completely absorbed, listening to music, watching the ocean, creating something. In those moments, did you feel confined? Often, the sense of I fades, and what remains is vivid presence. The mind feels wide, time feels different. This is not mystical, it's familiar, and yet we overlook it because it doesn't fit our story of being a separate self. The teaching of emptiness. In the Heart Sutra, we hear, form is emptiness, emptiness is form. This is often misunderstood. Emptiness does not mean nothing exists. It means nothing exists independently. The mind is empty of fixed identity, and because of that, it can experience everything. If mind were solid, it would be limited. What if emptiness isn't lack, but unlimited capacity? Suffering as contraction. Notice how suffering feels. It contracts. It narrows. It says, this shouldn't be happening to me. In the second noble truth, the Buddha points to craving, not just for pleasure, but for things to be other than they are. Craving tightens the field of awareness around a story of self. When the story loosens, the field opens, and suffering loses its grip. What if relief doesn't come from changing experience, but from allowing it more space? Letting the mind be unbounded. What does practice look like? Not forcing, not chasing, not fixing. Allowing sensations, thoughts, emotions to arise and pass without claiming them. In the Satipaṭṭhāna Sutta, mindfulness is described as ardent, clearly knowing, and mindful, having put away longing and distress. Not suppression, not indulgence, just knowing. Everyday example. When anger arises, instead of saying, I am angry, notice, anger is present. Already, space appears. Anger becomes a wave in awareness, not a definition of self. This small shift reveals the unbounded nature of mind right in daily life. What if awakening isn't somewhere far away, but hiding in how you name your experience? The end of the search. At some point, something quiet happens. The urge to understand relaxes. The need to reach somewhere dissolves. In the Udana, the Buddha speaks of the unborn, the unbecome, the unconditioned, not as a place, but as the ending of grasping. The mind doesn't become unbounded. It's recognized as already so. So tonight, don't try to expand your mind. Don't try to purify it. Don't try to escape it. Just notice the space in which all of this is happening. Thoughts come. Thoughts go. Awareness remains, open, intimate, without edges. This is not something to believe. It's something to notice. Thank you for walking inward with us into the universe within on L&E channel. Until next time, rest in the vastness you never left.